1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
Then people can go outside of what they may know is right or wrong in desperation. Another one is mental incapacity, either a mental illness or drugs, perhaps illegal drugs or alcohol. Then, people they get drunk are capable of doing stuff they would never do in ordinary circumstances. You read this sometimes on an aeroplane, that somebody has gone berserk, they've been drunk and threatening passengers and crew and everything else, and they usually get they usually get punished quite severely by the courts, because often they say, well, I can't remember any of it, it's all hazy, I did have some drink, and so on. So that's an exception to the rule of free will. But it does remain the fact that, whether we like it or not, I mean, just to look at some of this that scientists say, whether humans have free will is a deeply contested, unresolved debate across philosophy, science, and theology. Many argue it's an illusion driven by deterministic, biological, environmental factors, which is what we've said, while others argue for compatibilism, that rational agency exists despite deterministic forces. And another exception people try and say is, well, the brain is such a complicated, incredible organ beyond anything we could ever describe, that in itself makes us potentially unpredictable. And if we're unpredictable, then in a sense that's where free will can really manifest itself. So there's a lot of contention on this. Now, in fact, if we look at what someone like Einstein says, Einstein, and this links into IQ and intelligence, really, I suppose, has to do with the brain. He was a staunch determinist who believed that free will is an illusion. He argued that human actions are dictated by prior causes, such as nature, nurture, and the laws of physics, meaning we cannot control our desires or actions, but merely act on them. And there's also a case where experiments have shown quite categorically that, and specific experiments allowing for the time lapse, that where we're asked to make a decision on something, a picture we see or whatever, it turns out the brain has already made our choice before we're conscious of that choice. And there's many experiments which scientists have done to prove this point, that our brain is such an incredible thing. It's managing all of our systems. It's something we can't describe as brilliance. But actually it makes, probably neuroscientists believe, 95% of the decisions which we make. And if you think about it, that is almost obvious. And I stick with this because it is related. We get up in the mornings. Now, we all have different lives. We have different things to do. Some will get up, they're going to go to work, but first they'll have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Now, they may say to themselves, do I want tea or coffee? I suspect most of us, we go through the motions. We're simply spending the first thing in the morning on autopilot, as we do much of the day. So we have our coffee or tea, we have our cereal, perhaps some toast, and we're not really consciously making decisions, because probably we've made those decisions 1,000 times, and that's just what we do. It's autopilot. We then go out, we may be going to work, we may not be, but whatever we do, we may get in the car, it's all autopilot. And so it goes on through the day. Now, how many times during the day will we make decisions? Well, we will make decisions. Do I cross the road at this point or not? Do I turn left at this junction? Is that quicker because there's traffic up ahead? We're making micro decisions, really, but the brain itself is probably leading us on. Now, my next question then on this free will, if you think...
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.
On. Now, my next question then on this free will, if you think we have free will, do you have free will as to what your next thought will be? can you control your thoughts? What thoughts you're going to have in your next thought, especially if you're not okay. If you're focusing on something specific, then as we do, we're reading a book or we're looking at a particular subject, then that's going to kind of lead one thought into the next. Well, I might do this, might do that. But when we're just sitting there, perhaps not really thinking about much, you might be sitting, having a drink by looking out to the sea, if you're by the seaside or whatever, just not really thinking anything. Can you control what thoughts will come into your head? Or are they planted there? Where do they come from? So have we got the free will to control our thoughts, our thinking?
That's a very good question. I'll let Jerome go first.
You're trying to rope me, yeah?
Yeah, Jerome, yeah.
Okay, can you just rephrase again? Just the question.
Yeah, okay. We're talking about our thoughts, right? We said already we kind of live in our heads, don't we? Everything we see about the world is in our heads, and we have a unique vantage point. No two humans are the same. Yeah. So we live, and we know that we live there, and we constantly have thoughts. We don't really have much of a period during any given day, especially if we're not at work.
So you want to be sure if we can control our thoughts, right?
Control, but can we actually predict? Have we got the free will to say what our next thought will be, or does that just come to us and we have to deal with it as it comes?
Okay, that's
it's hard, isn't it?
That's to some extent, yeah. You can't control what comes from within, yeah, but at the same time, taking the action, before you take the action, you can decide not to go with the thought. Okay, let me just a weird example, yeah. Just wake up in the morning, you don't have milk at home, no job, nothing. I could go to the store, nick one, you understand? Yeah, that fulfills the desire. But at the same time, you could wake up. Why would I go shoplift? That's not part of me. Then you control that thought. You understand? So that's what I can say. You can't really determine what would come to your mind.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.